Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. There's a story regarding Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullahi alayhi, that there was one person, he was a thief. He was a thief. I think even in other books his name is mentioned, I can't remember his name. So when he theft, first time he cut his hand off. He was not only a thief, he was a thief and he was a highway robber, a bandit. He stole again, then he cut his leg off. Then he kept on stealing, and then eventually the Hakim or the Wali crucified him, meaning they killed him and hung him on a crucifix, just for the ibrah for people, that he's causing corruption and fasad in the land. So Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullahi alayhi, he went, when he saw this person, he went and he kissed his feet. So the people were surprised that it's a thief, like the way when you kiss somebody's feet, because he's hanging up there and you went to kiss his feet. So it's like he's showing respect for him. So Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullahi alayhi, he said, I'm not kissing his theft. I'm not admiring his theft, I'm admiring his istiqamah. That despite losing a hand, despite losing a foot, he continued to persevere in his pursuit of theft and robbery. If he had used that same ability, and not willing to give up a hand and a foot to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where would he have gotten? There was, I think, Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu, a person was singing. So Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu said that was such a beautiful voice, only if you use that voice with the Quran. So sometimes people have qualities, but the qualities are used in the wrong way. If you look for example, people who follow football fans, they're amazing. Why? Every weekend, first of all, they buy season tickets. So every single home game, every single weekend, Saturday, they sacrifice the Saturday to go or watch the football. And those go away games. Imagine in Southampton, you have to play against Newcastle. Like from the bottom of the country all the top of the country. You have to go early morning. Sometimes you have a Monday night game or a Friday night game or a late night Saturday game. And you have to be spending money, spend a lot of money. The pies cost so much money, the tickets cost so much money, the programs cost so much money. Then they take the kids and then they buy scarves and they buy all that kind of stuff. So what you're doing is a waste of time. And a waste of, you could probably use your life much better. But the actual quality of the sacrifice for something that you love. I mean, imagine that same person use that same quality for ilm. He travels every weekend to a different ulama and learn from them. He spends thousands of pounds, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 pound season tickets, buying books, buying kitabs, traveling. Yes, I remember if you got European, if you got your team plays in the Europe Champions League or the Europa League or something. Champions League, you probably go to Spain. If you play in the what's the third one? Europa League and Conference League. You got to go somewhere in Moscow somewhere. You got to go somewhere in Ukraine, and they go to all these games. So imagine people traveling far away to meet ulama, meeting things. And they come out late at night, wake up early in the morning, work, so everything rotates around that. So they have a quality inside of them that if this quality were to be transferred over to something better, they would become amazing. So Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullah wasn't kissing his feet, kissing his theft. He was admiring his thing. I think it was a nice story I mentioned to you before. That one person, he was a king. So he said to the king, people perform, probably they have an open, like a little court. So sometimes during the day or once a week or once a month, a little thing. So everyone would come and do things to meet the king and present. So one person said, I want to present something. I know, you see, Britain's got talent. People can put knives down their throat, or they can spit out things, or they can solve a Rubik's Cube in so much seconds, or they can stand and walk on stilts and all that kind of stuff. So this person came to the king and he said that I can stand from here and I can get one big needle, put it far away, like, 5 meters, 6 meters away, a big needle, and the other needle, so its needle has got a big head. So that's one needle I put in the ground, and I get a needle, I throw my needle through the head of that needle. So he said, let me see. So he did it. So the king said, give him X amount of dinars as a gift and whip him 40 lashes. So he said, why? He said, give him this dinar as a gift because this is a great, amazing talent. And whip him 40 whips because he wasted his life behind of this. If he had spent the amount of time and training he had to go through to be able to pass a needle through a thing, if he had done that amount of time doing something worthwhile, he would have become a great merchant, a great businessman. Yeah. So nowadays have all of these challenges. What you call it, the bottle flip, and have bottle flip on a bottle. So you flip a bottle and another bottle and another bottle. So it's like the kids spend so much time doing that. So you can say admire the istiqamah that they're continuing pursuing, they're trying to flip that bottle and get it right, and then one bottle to another bottle, all that kind of stuff. But instead of that, if they had to sit down and read a book, they had to sit down and learn Quran, learn tajweed, Quran recitation, learn Arabic, or go and visit family, go and start a business. They would have done something much better. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given everybody talent, but it is how you use your talent. So if you look at it, as I mentioned many times in the Siyah before that, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam made dua for who to become Muslim? Umar ibn Khattab and Amr ibn Hisham. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saw in them, both of them had the talent that both of these people could help Islam. One ended up being thrown in the well of Badr as a kafir, and one became Umar ibn Khattab, Amirul Mu'mineen. You understand? So the Prophet saw them had similar talents. It's how you use your talent. So everybody's got talent. Not the same talent, but you've got talent. How you use that talent. So may Allah give us all tawfiq to act upon this. SubhanAllah. Even for example, you see those people like people who are addicted to their phones. So well, that's a brilliant talent. It's not even talent, but if you're addicted, if you could just change that addiction to dhikr, the tasbih, you could change that addiction towards tilawah. If you say, I can't, you say leave everything aside. Leave everything aside and just binge watch Netflix or whatever things you watch. Yeah, that person say, well, I don't care about anybody else. I don't care about hunger. I don't care about thirst. I don't care about anything else. I'm going to binge read Quran in Ramadan. I'm going to binge read my books. Yes, or even in dunya, I'm going to just binge behind my business or get something done. Even GCSEs, A-levels. So the quality, the ability is that I can leave everything aside and just watch 6 hours, 7 hours in a weekend, a series or movies or whatever. If you could use that same focus on something else, it would be amazing. So that's why Ibn Jawzi rahmatullah mentioned that insan have been created لِتَعْمَل لَا لِتُهْمَل. That you want to do things, nafs want to do. You can't just say don't do anything. You can't do that. You have to say just change your direction, change your focus. So somebody likes reading, so instead of reading novels, instead of reading things which are not beneficial, read Islamic books. Somebody likes singing, so you like using your voice, so Quran is perfect for you. Somebody likes thinking, somebody is a great thinker, so well, a fiqh can be for you. Somebody likes researching, somebody likes history, so well, history is brilliant. If you do Islamic history, you do seerah, you become brilliant at that. Some people like investing in other people, so look, you become a good teacher. So that talent that Allah has given you, you have to find Islamic usage for that. And if you can do that, then you excel greatly. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a luck. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.